Hello everyone. We'll be doing adverbs today. We had already started the chapter on Google Meet the other day, and I had told you that what are adverbs and what is the function. But let me just recap that a little bit for you before we delve in deeper into the chapter. Okay. First of all, what are adverbs? All right. So adverbs are words. These qualify verbs mostly. The word meaning of the word qualify, or we can also say modify is to give additional information about verbs. Like for example, if I say that Satish spoke loudly, so here if spoke is the word spoke is a verb, then the word loudly we can call as an adverb. Because when we hear the sentence Satish spoke, we understand that the action done by Satish was speaking. Now, how did he speak? Did he speak loudly? Did he speak slowly? Did he speak moderately? This is known by the word loudly. Now, this word loudly is giving more information about the verb spoke. So, we can call loudly as an adverb. So, in terms of English grammar, in English grammar terminology, we say that the word loudly modifies the word spoke. So that's what are adverbs. Alright. So see, adverbs are basically split into three categories: simple adverbs, interrogative adverbs, and relative adverbs. Now simple adverbs are further classified into adverbs of place, of manner, frequency, degree, time, reason, affirmation, or negation. So these adverbs probably most of them might have read in your previous years too, like place, quality, frequency, time. These were there in your previous classes. So also degree was also there. Reason and negation are these two ones are very new for you guys. Then we have interrogative. Now interrogative as in questions, right? So we have again one time, place, we have number, manner, quantity, and reason. We'll be just touching upon each of these, we'll not go too deep into them. Then we have also relative, which I'll be telling to you about shortly. Alright, first we will be learning what are adverbs of places, right? So like the name suggests, the adverbs of places tells or it answers the question where. Like for example, Anit looked for Binit everywhere. So here the verb is looked, and the word everywhere suggests that he looked for him in different places. So the word everywhere gives an answer to the question for a place. That is why we can call everywhere as an adverb of place. Similarly, I'm going out. Here out tells where he is going. So that's why we can say out is also an adverb of place. Another example of this is like my sister ran upstairs to search for her notebook. So here upstairs can be an adverb of place. Next we have adverb of manner or quality. So adverb of manner tells you how a work has been done, or it describes the quality of the work, right? It tells you information about the way an action is performed. It gives the answer to the question how or in what manner an action is done. Let me just cite an example you may understand better. Sabir managed the whole situation skillfully. See, here the word skillfully is an adverb. Here the word skillfully tells that how he managed this situation. Like, see, the work done by Sabir was managing the whole situation. In what manner he managed it? He managed it skillfully. He could have managed it like badly, or he could have managed it like average. But here he managed it skillfully. So here we find the word skillfully tells in what manner the action management was done. So we can call skillfully an adverb of manner. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay. See here the word pleasantly is an adverb because it tells you in what manner she was surprised. Was she surprised in a very horrified manner? Was she surprised in a very unpleasant manner? No, the surprise was a pleasant one. So we can say pleasantly is a adverb here. Now the third one we will come to is adverb of frequency. Adverb of frequency tells you how often something is repeated, right? Like how many times it gives the answer to the question, how many times something has happened. Like, see, I always finish my work before playing. See, it says ki every day, like before going playing, the speaker finishes his or her work. So it speaks about how many times the work is repeated, which is always. Then I sometimes cycle to school. See, it says that this action of cycling to school is repeated only few days. Like for example, out of 7 days, he goes or she goes to school by cycle like 3 days. That is why we can say sometimes. Then we have degree. Now degree speaks about how much of something is done. Like for example, sorry, concerning how much of something is done. Like for example, I will say she likes dancing. Okay, so here we know that she likes dancing, but to what extent she likes dancing? She likes dancing a lot. Now I could have written here she likes dancing a little bit, or she likes dancing a tad bit. So this would have said that हमें पता है उसे नाचना पसंद है और उसको नाचना थोड़ा पसंद है. ठीक है. So here the word a lot tells you it's an adverb of degree. Again, I have almost finished this work. So almost tells you how much the work has been finished. The work is finished, it is almost finished, means like out of 100, like let us say 90% is finished. So this tells you adverb of degree. Similarly, we have adverb of time, which gives an answer to the time to when something happened. The examples are today, tomorrow, yesterday, never, ever, etc., etc. This one is a bit easy one. I suppose you'll understand on your own. I shall go there tomorrow. So here tomorrow is an adverb of time which tells you when the action is occurred, will be occurring also. Adverb of reason, it connects the conclusion with the argument made in the previous sentence. Achha. The meaning of this is, see, adverb of reason tells you the reason for why the first part of the sentence happened. See, therefore nothing could be done regarding the matter. Here the word therefore is an adverb of reason. Okay, let us assume that before this sentence that there was another sentence which gave the reason for this. Let us say कि you have gone you have gone to the principal's office and you want his suggestion with solving some problem, but he's not there. So the next sentence I can say to you is, therefore nothing could be done regarding the matter unless principal sir comes back. So yeah, so here the word therefore connects the reason of the previous sentence with this sentence. And again, hence I am unable to help you. Let us say before this sentence I told you I am going to Bhubaneswar right now, hence I am unable to help you. Or I am in a problem, I am in a deep trouble right now, hence I am unable to help you. So you can see that this word hence, it gives the reason of the previous sentence. Okay, so similar words of adverbs of reason are therefore, hence, however, nevertheless, and etc. like that. Okay, and next we have adverb of affirmation or negation. Okay, so what do these two mean? These two speak about, they either confirm something or like something is affirmation or negation basically means yes or no. Okay, so basically these sentences tell that something is about to happen positively or something is not about to happen. Like for example, he will certainly meet you at the station. See, the word certainly adds that positively he is going to meet you at the station. Okay, so this one say this is an affirmation. Now the next one, I shall probably go for a holiday at that time. There is a probability here, like there is no certainty, or the person did not say no. Probability means it might happen, it might not happen. Okay, like that. So these are called as adverbs of affirmation and negation. Then interrogative are adverbs. Now interrogative adverbs, they ask questions about time, place, number, manner, quantity, reason, etc. Means basically these things, but in question form. Like if I will write when in a question form sentence, then I can call that thing an interrogative adverb. Like if I say when will you go to school, so it asks about the time. When I say where, it asks about the place where something has to happen. Why, it gives the reason. I think, yeah, it's reason. Okay, how, it tells about the manner, or it can also speak about the quantity and number as well. Like, see, for manner, how do you plan to go to Delhi? The answer will be in which way you will go to Delhi. Like, I'll go to Delhi by car, so that will be manner. And quantity means it asks about quantity as in how much amount of something you want. Like, how much freedom do you want? I want certain amount of freedom. So that we call as adverbs of these we call as interrogative adverbs. Then next we have relative adverbs. Now relative adverbs are adverbs that link the subordinate clause to the main clause in a sentence. Alright, so we had learnt about clauses and phrases in sentences, I suppose. Subordinate clauses are clauses that depend upon the main clause to make complete sense. So when the main clause and subordinate clauses, main clauses and subordinate clauses are linked using when, where and why, and these they perform the same action to that of an conjunction, except they show relation in between each other. Do you recognize the place where we met? So you recognize the place here is the main clause, and the word where shows relation of the first main clause with the subordinate clause. मतलब तुम्हें याद है जहाँ पे हमने, अच्छा तुम्हें पता है कौन सी जगह पे हम मिले थे, right? So it shows the relation between these two clauses. So this was a bird's eye view of the different types of adverbs. Then we will be learning, we'll try to solve an exercise using the adverbs that we learned above. So the guests are waiting dash in the lobby. Okay, so he's asking us to fill this blank with an adverb of place. Let's see what will be the answer. The guests are waiting downstairs in the lobby. Right? Seeing downstairs is an adverb of place which suits this place perfectly. The next, Swati climbed to the top of the rock to avoid an accident. We need to fill this up with an adverb of manner. Alright, so how do we do that? Let us see. Climb to the rock carefully. See, it tells you about in which way she climbed the rock, and this tells you about the adverb of manner. Alright, similarly I suggest you guys try this rest of the exercise. I'll move to formation of adverbs, which I had already discussed a bit. Basically, we form adverbs or manners by ending them with one ly. So this thing in English we call it as a suffix. Suffix is basically ending letters letters basically to the end of words to form new words. Here when we add ly to complete, we get completely, which is an adverb, and then when we add ly to royal, we get royally, which is another adverb. Alright. Also we can add prefixes to them like re or un or dis, etc, etc. Alright. So the words which end with le, we drop the le and then they become adverbs. Like simple, you remove the le and you put in or you add in one ly, you get simply, which is an adverb. Alright, so we had done this thing in our previous class. I'll not be going in here anymore. The next we have is confusing adverbs. Confusing adverbs are some words whose like the executive form and the adverb form are so similar that sometimes we mistake one for the other. Like for example, here the word just and its adverb form justly. Now the word just is an adjective, which means somebody who is always he is noble. He gives out justice. Like we can call like let us say Chandragupta Maurya was a just king. Okay, so here just is an adjective and justly is the adverb form. Let me do okay, you need to understand the meanings of each of these words individually so that it will be easier for you to understand better. So before we Before we do this thing, I'll just go to difference between adjective and adverb so that you can understand this thing better. See, so how do we know that something is an adverb or something is an adjective? Well, the simplest answer is an adjective usually qualifies a noun, okay, and an adverb usually qualifies a verb, and in some cases it also qualifies or it modifies an adjective too. Okay, like for example, if I write a word, क्या बोलते हैं, I'll write a word, let us say I will write Ashish. Okay, forget this, let us say I will write boy. Okay, if I write boy, then boy is a noun. So if I add a word good before this, then the word good can be called as an adjective. See, the word good tells you what kind of boy he is, right? So this word modifies or it qualifies noun. So we call this thing an adjective. Now what is an adverb? An adverb tells you in what way a verb has been done. Like for example, मैं लिखूँगा कि like I had given that example, shout loudly or speak loudly, or okay, let's do something else. Ran quickly. So here what we got is we have a verb. We have a verb ran, and I have written an adverb quickly. So the word quickly tells you in what way running has been done here, right? So we can call quickly as an adverb. Okay. So as you can see that before the noun we had added adjective. Here after the verb we are adding the adverb. So I had an early arrival. So here the word arrival is a noun, and here early speaks, it describes the noun. That is why we can call that early is a, what is it? It's called an adjective. Again, I arrived early for the party. Here, see, on the other case, here arrival was a noun, but here arrived here is a verb. And because it is a verb and it early here is giving more information about a verb, we can say early here is adverb. I hope you understood it. I hope you didn't get confused. So let me repeat. Here the word arrival is a noun, and the word early describes the word arrival. It gives more information about arrival. कब पहुंचे, जल्दी पहुंचे. Okay. So in this case, arrived, as you can see from the ed at the end, that this thing is a verb. So here the word early describes the verb. That is why here early is an adverb, but here early was an adjective. Again, this straight road leads to my house. Road is a noun undoubtedly, and because straight here describes what kind of road it is, so we can say that straight is an adjective. Then again here, please go straight and then turn right. Because go word is a verb, and the word straight says in which way I should go. So here straight is an adverb. So you can see that there were two sentences here which elaborated beautifully about the difference between adjective and an adverb. Normally adverb comes after the verb, and an adjective usually precedes the noun, means it comes before the noun. Okay. Alright, these are some adjectives and adverbs whose differences are given here in the table. I suggest you guys go through this once so you can understand better. And now coming back to this, again, if you understand the meaning of each of them better or properly, then you can use them in the right context. Acha, well, I'll suggest you guys try the exercises, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. Well, thank you for listening. Bye bye.